What is up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Welcome to a special episode of the Just You Speak Show. I am Big Daddy T, who's sharing the show out, so ignore this part. With me, as always, he was the third man. Now he's technically the second man. I'll give you an update on that in a second. Dave, what's up, Dave? What's going on?
Nothing much, Timmy. Happy New Year to you, everyone else out there watching on the PCP land. It's good to have that first show back right now. It's been a minute. I know that our work schedules have essentially kept us from coming live, talking to you some wrestling, but we're back. New year, still the same old Just Too Sweet show.
I'm glad you said that. Because before we even get started, I have an update. I've been tracking, let me put it up there like there. Dun, 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 dun. Wish I had that tense music. I don't have it. As we know, my tag team partner AZ, him and the boss, contract negotiations, all that stuff, and Eric decided he needed to go on a walkabout. The last scene I heard he was in Outer Mongolia. I heard he was in Laos. I heard he was in Stad, in some really weird places. I don't know what exactly he's doing, but he's on his walkabout. But I do have on good authority to say he'll be making his way back to Deposit, New York in the next few weeks. And he'll be making it back, hopefully, to the Just Too Sweet show. And with that, I am saying right now, new intro, new song, new logo, new T-shirts. It's time. It's time for a reboot of the Just Too Sweet show coming in the next, I'd say, month or so. Everyone get ready. Get what?
Are we getting some new members too? Some folks added to that intro?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know yet. We'll see. If you want to be part of the intro, you got to come on the show. You got to give us your opinions. Maybe we'll throw a little picture of Raul in the corner or something because he's always a good contributor. We'll throw him in there for our special fact checker, man on the street kind of guy.
I feel like he'd be good for like a good Rick Rude there.
Yeah, we could do that. But as of right now, it'll just be us three, to be honest with you. But yeah, and I said as soon as Eric gets back from I don't know where he's going next. Abu Dhabi, I heard, is a stop. He's on his walkabout. He's doing his thing.
Sure, he's gonna want to return it to Deposit after all that, man.
I don't know. I think he said there's no place like Deposit. So yeah, I guess he's going to go a long route in the world to prove that point. To make sure there's no place like home. There's no place like the Just Too Sweet show. Major reboot is coming. We're working on the logo, trying to find a song. Dave, I think you're going to be in charge of the video actually once we get going.
Yes, like that.
So, so get ready to pull some footage from old shows and stuff like that, or we'll have to shoot some stuff. It'll be fun. But yes, with that also, Happy New Year. It's a big deal for wrestling going on right now. We have a major, major change. We're going, WWE's going, I don't know how to even put it. Can't really say rated R, but they're going no holds barred. Let's just put it that way. They're going to Netflix starting Monday night. Netflix. Now, the first thing I'm expecting to hear is, ladies and gentlemen, Seth fucking Rollins. That's the first thing I'm waiting to hear. If we hear that, we know all bets are off. But Dave, as far as surprises, as far as show parameters, as far as what they're going to do differently, what do you think? And any surprise you think is going to happen? This is a good day for surprises. Maybe this is why the day after WrestleMania the last couple of years has kind of been shitty. Maybe they're saving it for this. So, Dave, if you have any predictions, any parameters, what would you like to see coming up Monday night on Raw?
I mean, definitely this is the show. If you're going to have any surprises, you got to have it on this show. It's just such a big deal was made out of this entire $10 billion contract that was made for Netflix. And it's exciting. I mean, already I know that on the first, there was content already on Netflix that was getting put there, like some Raw content, some top 10s. I did see a video recently that showed that the WWF is not blurred out anymore, that you got the curse words and all these little things that normally probably wouldn't be seen on a Peacock or something like that, or being shown on Netflix. So kind of excited about that. So yeah, we would all assume that, we're going to get the big Seth effing Rollins without the effing. But I think, the one that we're it seems like we've been waiting for. And if we don't get, then I guess that bet is off the table. It has been said that that bet looks like it's off the table, and that is The Rock coming, being live there. I mean, they're in LA. Are you going to set up WrestleMania for him and Roman? Like, what's the case? There's been so many different rumors about, okay, yeah, that's off the table. The Rock said he's not available. What are they going to do?
He's the
I
boss,
would
for
never
Christ's
put
sake.
anything past, yeah, I wouldn't put anything past The Rock just to kind of like swerve everyone. So that's something big. I think there's a couple women that haven't been seen in a while that we probably could see. You know, we haven't seen our Charlottes. We haven't seen our Becky Lynch's. Becky Lynch is actually on the promo for the Netflix on Raw. So maybe we do see her. And I mean, there's a couple things here that I saw. We do have some confirmed matches, of course. If you want, I can go over them. I have like the matches that we have and then stuff that might happen. So I guess you can tell me, I'll go over the matches and then I'll tell you what is presumed who will be showing up, and you tell me whether you think it's likely or not. Okay?
Go.
All right. So matches, we have CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
Which I am looking so forward to.
I am. It's just, what are they going to do here? Is this going to be it? Because if this was supposed to be WrestleMania worthy match, where do these two guys go from here if this is it? Do we really want to see this match again at WrestleMania?
Well, you know, the rumors already, you know, rumors are Becky's coming back. And then we might get an AJ. You might get a mixed tag team match down the line. But listen, this is something this has been brewing since Punk was in AEW. This has been brewing. They've been talking shit about each other for that long. So if they do this right, I can see this going for a couple of months, and I can see the quality of the matches all being great if they do it correctly. So I don't know.
This can either be done kind of like a Shawn Undertaker, like that last run for Shawn, where it's like, all right, they had their match, whatever, at 25. Undertaker doesn't want to fight him anymore. He's like, I'm done. That can be what we get from here. Maybe CM Punk doesn't want to fight Seth Rollins anymore after beating him. And then CM Punk is obviously going to try to go for the World Heavyweight Championship or Universal Championship. And Seth could cost him these matches every single time until he's like, I want you on the biggest stage, main event, blah, 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 blah. And then we can get that. Maybe. That if it's done that way, yeah, I think it could be done right.
I think so too. And I think it could be a program where you're not tired of it, like after 3 weeks. I say it's been going on a long, and they took shots at each other on Monday, which were fantastic. Because he said, they're telling the truth. That's always makes a great promo. There's so much truth under those words, behind those words. It's so great. So I think they could pull it off. I think they could.
Let's just hope CM Punk doesn't get hurt again.
That's true. Well, they're both been kind of fragile the last couple of years, so let's hope neither one of them get hurt.
True, but Seth could work through like some injuries. CM Punk obviously, can't work through a stomach ache. So
stop.
So I mean, who knows? He might start blaming catering now.
That's right.
But anyway, we'll move on to the next match, and this.
I can't wait to talk to you about the Young Bucks thing. I can't wait to talk about that. So we'll get to that in a minute, though. Go ahead.
So our next match, we have Solo Sikoa, Tribal Chief, versus Roman Reigns, the OTC, in Tribal Combat for the Ula Fala.
Does this have to end?
I
think it's time.
Does it?
They're fighting for jewelry. Who cares at this point? At this point, I'm like, all right, whatever.
I mean, we did ever see CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
They fought for a bracelet. That was even dumber. But I don't know. I think this has run its course. I think it's pretty much.
You're right. These two after this should definitely go branch off. They would separate them. I would not have them on the same show. Now, who wins this match?
I think Roman's got to win. I don't think it would hurt Solo at all. I don't think it would hurt Solo. I don't think it would hurt Roman either, really. But is he going to lose clean?
Well, remember, we're in this match. It's Tribal Combat, so we should get the OG bloodline and the new bloodline somehow interfere. It's just then who comes out on top. And I don't know. I feel like Solo needs this more, because if Solo loses, then the whole new bloodline just absolutely goes to waste. Not to waste, but you can't run with that anymore, because then it just doesn't make any sense. So then what happens with your Tongans? What happens with Jacob Fatu? Like, man, part of that, I love Jacob. I got to give it to Ant. Jacob Fatu has won me over big time. And I get excited seeing him, and I wouldn't want to see like that end just yet.
Yeah, he loves Solo. He announces it everywhere he goes.
Yeah. He wakes up and he loves Solo.
Which, by the way, if I ever get a chance, there's like a newscast going on. I'm gonna walk behind him and say, "I love you, Solo." Hopefully, get on the news. I'm already waiting for it. I'm already waiting for that moment. No, but yeah. I think that's the thing. I think it's time. I know it hasn't been long, but Jacob Fatu is so goddamn popular. Already, I'll put newcomer of the year on that whole list whatever. He already has to be newcomer of the year. Yeah. The guy is already a star, and the crowd loves him. And maybe you can't really turn him face right away, but the crowd loves him. Yeah, hey, he's obviously the standout of that faction, and he can easily survive the breakup. Was Solo ever going to survive that breakup? I don't think he was. Now, don't get me wrong; he's gotten much better the last couple of weeks. He had a lot of practice on the mic. He's a lot better on the mic. He's a lot better. But was he ever going to be world champion? Was he ever going to be, anything above what he is? I don't think so. So, but I do think this. You got to start stopping this, unless you're getting The Rock involved. That's a whole nother ball of wax then.
Yeah, then you're going on a different journey there, and you can keep this story going slightly longer.
And you add a fresh element to it, which is what you're going to need. Because no matter what they do with the bloodline, the OG bloodline, they're all doing their own thing anyway. This guy's still yeeting everywhere he goes and hanging out with Sammy, and poor Jimmy just in the wind. He's just there wherever anybody needs him. So, yeah, if The Rock wants to come and start a whole new tribal thing, that's fine. But then I think Roman wins. Or Rock. Well, then maybe Rock costs Roman the match. Ooh, yeah, it's rough. I don't know. Whatever. They're fighting for jewelry. Okay. At this point, I'm kind of over it.
All right. Well, after that, we have Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the women's world title in a last woman standing match.
Are we doing predictions? Because I think Rhea will finally get her title back.
You think so?
I think the Liv Morgan run for the moment is done. For the moment.
I don't know, man. I feel like this storyline should have ended a while back. Let's be real. I don't think this match should be happening again. Because Liv already beat her. Rhea beat her in not a singles competition. So I feel like this has been dragged out.
All the injuries, the real injuries probably screwed, what's made them. Yeah, not the pretend injuries. The actual injuries kept this dragging on. And the fact that Dom is still Dom, and they're together, and that probably kept it dragged out a little too long. But I do think this should be. I think if Rhea wins, she moves on. I think that's the end, and then Liv can pick up another rivalry somewhere along the line, and then Rhea gets to move on and fight somebody else.
And then Liv wins with the Judgment Day there too. Like, what are you doing there?
Well, but see, that's the thing. If Liv wins, Rhea's going to want to keep with Rhea just to say, okay, you won. I'll just stop going for the title now. No, she's going to keep wanting the title, and they're going to keep dragging this shit on forever. Unless they do a shakeup and they start moving people, start trading people to show the show. That's a completely different story. Which, by the way, real quick, Tiffy time. Tiffy cashed in, baby.
I was kind of hoping that she cashes in on them here.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that would have been a little bit better. Well, not a little bit better, but like I feel like that would have gotten her away from Nia, because then she would have had to have been on Raw. Nia stays on SmackDown. You still could come back to that eventually, and then you don't really fear losing, like having one of Liv or Rhea look bad in this loss.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's my thing. You've done a good job with building up Liv Morgan and having her be this champion that she didn't get to be when she first got the title. And now if she loses to Rhea, it's just like, okay, so she's just never like I can't take her serious. If that's a thing.
Has that ever happened, by the way? Has someone ever showed up on another show and cashed in? I don't mean like prediction, like when you win the Rumble, like you have to tell who you're going for. Has anyone ever just like went from SmackDown to Raw and cashed in? I don't think so, right? They've always stuck to their own show.
That's a good question. I'm not too sure. I feel like there has to have been someone because I know there's several times.
Where's Gil and Roll when we need them? Where's our fact checkers?
For real.
We need our fact checkers out there. Yeah, because I don't think, as I'm saying, I like your idea. That would have been pretty cool too. Then you keep Tiffany as a heel. Well, no, she'd be a heel though. I got another one who's too popular at this point to be a heel.
So, like, I don't know. Are they going to turn her face now?
I guess.
I guess because she turned on Nia.
She did beat Sheta Bianca also, which was kind of cool. I thought that was a nice little swerve, by the way.
I mean, I think if they're smart, they don't turn her face, and they kind of have her do like an MJF. They're like, oh my God, yeah, you guys like me. Well, I don't care type of deal, and turn on them still. And
well, what I'm scared of for Tiffany is we all know who's coming back.
Oh no!
We all know she's getting a fucking title within 3 months of her being back. It's gonna happen. Of course, we're talking about Charlotte Flair's coming back, and she can't be around without a title around her waist. I think it's in her contract.
Meaning she'd either have to go after Tiffy or Liv or Rhea, and it would make more sense for it to be Rhea.
Yeah,
since Rhea beat her for the title.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking. Unless she decides, hey, I want that new Intercontinental Championship, and goes after one of them, either the United States title or the IC title.
That is very true. I did not think about that.
Which, by the way, everybody, in case you haven't been noticed, the women have an IC title and a US title now. So
leave the US title alone. Let Chelsea Green work with that title.
Yeah, she's pretty damn funny, and she's great with that title. Now she got the American flag stuff going on. It was pretty cool. It was pretty funny.
Red, white, and green.
But yeah, no matter who wins, Charlotte's coming. When Charlotte comes, titles go to her. They just go around her waist. It's just going to happen. We all know it's going to happen. She's going to get 17 easily. She's going to be a 17-time world champion.
She's at 15, right?
Yeah, it's easy.
So
Flair probably wants her to be the one to beat it.
Who gets it first, her or Cena?
Her? I don't know. You think? Well, that's another whole other subject, right? We'll
get into Cena because it's not on this list too. So then the last match that they've announced is Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso, which I think Drew McIntyre needs to beat the crap out of Jey Uso.
Yeah, I would say so too. They've done a good job with Drew. I was over Drew for a long time, but now I like what they're doing with him. Even last night, I thought he was great. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm here to tell you to watch your back, and he didn't watch his back, and Kevin Owens beats the shit out of him for it. So it was, the whole Kevin Owens stealing the winged eagle thing is kind of weird.
It is.
It's very weird. It's a weird.
It's not like he got cheated out of the match, so it's kind of like I don't know. It's a weird thing where I'm like I don't know how much I like this. As much as I like KO, I like when he does like his little weird antics, but I don't know. I don't like even if it was a disqualification, like he still wouldn't have won the title.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like no, his logic doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It doesn't.
Whatever. Saturday night's main event. Yeah.
Speaking of Saturday night's main event, what'd you think of the whole overall show altogether?
It was okay. I think a lot of people's problems with it were that they kind of expected it to be a pay-per-view, but it never was meant to be like a pay-per-view.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like a Raw or a SmackDown or
like it's just supposed to be like one of those like one-off shows that you get every now and then. But it's not supposed to be a pay-per-view like esque.
Well, they did announce another one already. So it's gonna be like an every couple month thing, I guess, which is cool because those are always my favorite. I wish they'd put it on like 11:30 at night again. That's the best. I used to love that. That was my favorite thing as a kid, was watching.
Not at like
Friday Night Friday
6:30.
No, not at 6:30. What was it? 6:30. Put on at 11, like they used to put it on. Those are the best. I mean, I really wanted the opening promos with the same music they used in the 80s. I really was hoping for that, and then like did the intro. At least they used the same music for the intro. That was pretty cool. Jesse Ventura. It's all right. It was his first show back. He was a little corny, a little weird in some spots, but overall, yeah, it was good to hear Jesse back.
I was waiting for the Union talk again.
Oh God, let's not get out. then I'll get into Thermite Paint and how he was in the fucking whatever, the Nam and all this other shit. His Navy SEAL. Let all that go, man. Let it all go. Just be a wrestler. Shut up. Otherwise, it was an okay show. It was all right.
Yeah.
I expect more from my main events, though. They're my favorite show as a kid.
Could we say it was kind of like a glorified house show?
Yeah, basically, it's what it was. Again, house shows more fun.
Yeah.
House shows, no rules. You don't stick to things.
That's where you try things.
If you watch, that's the best thing. You watch YouTube and you put the date in of a house show, and they'll say after the camera went off, this happened. This happened during the match. Those are always the best things to watch. We had what's her name? Vanessa Hudgens in the ring last night doing the yeet. We had a kid with cancer. Cody brought in a kid with cancer the other night about cancer.
Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper's kid.
Bray Wyatt, they both at ringside. They brought the kids in the ring. That was pretty fucking cool. So I mean, house shows and that, and after the lights go out are always probably the best parts of those shows. So they should do more of that crap. I like it.
I agree. All right. So then next up, what we have are kind of like speculations of returns. So you tell me, you think likely or unlikely? So we have The Rock, start off big.
Very likely.
Logan Paul.
Likely.
All right. Becky Lynch.
Likely.
Charlotte Flair.
Very likely.
All right. So those are the ones that were the appearances. Then we should be getting a new Raw logo and stage. I'm hoping that it's more than just a little entrance. And then it is the kickoff of John Cena's farewell tour. So now we can get into Cena. And since this is the start, I'm assuming, he already said he was going to be in the Royal Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, supposedly we are getting full-time Cena, but are we getting every Monday Night Raw John Cena?
I mean, I don't know. Can he do it? That's the whole question. Can he be every week Cena? His body's he look no matter what, the guy's beat up. He 20-year career, 20 plus. I mean, I guess he could.
And the ring, he also has to have some ring rust.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. Well, here's my question first. How far do they take this farewell tour? Are we talking world titles? Are we talking? Excuse me. I have sort of, but I'm talking tag titles, IC titles, or is he going to beat Ric Flair? Do you think that's going to be in the car, or Royal Rumble win? All this stuff. All this stuff is up in the air now. Now, one, do you think it's going to happen? And two, is it good or bad? Because don't forget, you're stealing all the great things from certain people. You take a title, that takes titles away from maybe Punk or Rollins or Gunther, all those guys that are in the mix now.
Yeah.
And who's in the mix for Cody's title, by the way? Kevin. That whole side is a lot of whack. Maybe we'll see Cena beat Cody. You never know. You just never know. But do you think a world title involved in this last year?
I think there has to be where he challenges someone for the title.
That I have no doubt.
Yeah. Him, how does he get it? I really don't want him to win the Royal Rumble. I really don't. I think he doesn't need that win. There's so many other guys that need that win that I think give it to them. Like if he does, the way that people are gonna think, if he does, he ties Stone Cold with the most Royal Rumble wins of all time, then he's most likely going to win the world title. And then boom, he passes Flair, and it's like, great. He doesn't need that.
Mm-hmm.
He already made a good enough career. This should be so much more than just him winning that. And I did hear someone talk about like, oh, Cena hasn't won a singles match in like 3 or 4 years, something like that. So this should be Triple H and then like paying him back for not having to win, and he should go all Super Cena on everybody. And I'm like, I don't want to see that.
No.
I hate Super Cena. That was one thing that threw me off so much for so many years. I hated just seeing John Cena just bury these guys. And I didn't enjoy it. And I know, yes, it is his last year. I'm still not going to enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like, I would rather him put on a good story than, okay, hey, let's feed him Gunther, and then boom, Gunther just loses to Cena.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it just, to me, that I don't like the way that looks or sounds. So I do think, yeah, he gets a title shot somewhere. Do they pull the trigger? I don't know.
What if they did a Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Yokozuna thing where, the guy brings him down to beat the guy who just cheated him out of the title? One of those stupid swerves, something crazy like that. Look, could I see a title? Yes. Would it have to be crazy circumstances? Yes. Like you said, I don't want to see a guy. I don't want Gunther to lose to him. I don't even know if I want Cody to lose to him either. No, it doesn't make any sense for that to happen.
I would have to see like Randy Orton somehow managed to win the title, CM Punk managed to like somebody that makes sense for to be like, okay, Cena's gonna beat him.
Has he not ever beaten anybody before? No, right? He's beaten everybody.
Ooh, Cena?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's beaten all these guys.
Yeah, no one's. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I know it's going to be a rough. We'll see. We'll see if he does his job, which is to put over young talent, or like I said, or if they might make him Super Cena for the last year.
Like if like his last match is for the title, and he wins it, I'm okay with that.
Okay, I can see that too.
Because then I know the next night, okay, he's relinquishing this good career. He goes off on above Flair, and we don't got to worry about him having to bury 17 other people on his title run.
If let's put it this way, I'll make a prediction right now, a month in advance. If he's in the Royal Rumble, which we know he is, and he comes out 25 or later, he's winning. If he comes out 25 or later, he's winning. So we're all watching that Royal Rumble. If the first 24 guys are not John Cena, he's winning the fucking Royal Rumble. You can almost guarantee it.
There's like a list that has been going around that says like who's supposed to be in the Royal Rumble, who eliminates who wins. Obviously, this list has Cena winning. But something I caught on it, and I don't think it'd be a smart move on their end if they do this, just because I feel like he's still hot, is allegedly we're supposed to get Joe Hendry in the Royal Rumble, and they have John Cena eliminating Joe Hendry.
Oh my God. I'll cry.
I like, how am I supposed to cheer? No, I'd be pissed. I'm like, I don't want to see John Cena eliminate Joe Hendry.
No. Henry doesn't have to win, but
no, but he still has to be in there for a little bit, and I want to see. I'd rather see a Kevin Owens eliminate him.
Yeah, if he makes it to the last two with Cena and loses that way, I'm going to be pissed also. I mean, has there been a more anticipated entrant in the Royal Rumble
that we've known of?
Known of other than Joe Hendry? No, there hasn't. Matter of fact, I'm okay with him not winning. Obviously, he should be number one. They should give that crowd enough time to do that fucking entrance, and let him go in there for 10, 15 minutes and then get eliminated somehow.
Damn, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because he comes out like 15, 16. He's not going to be able to really milk that entrance.
No, get him at number one. The crowd will go fucking, or number two. Have someone in the ring to react. You got to have somebody in the ring to react to him. Have him come out number two. Take his time with the entrance. Milk it. Everyone will go fucking nuts. Then you have him in there for, 10, 15 minutes. And then, you chuck. You have a bunch of guys chuck him or whatever. That's a perfect way to debut.
You're right.
AJ didn't win he came out the Rumble. He had a great showing. That was great for him. He got limited by Roman, but whatever. It was a great debut.
I think that's a good. I think you're right. I like that. He has to come in 1 or 2, just so he can do everything: the turning around, the wave your hands. Like
Mm-hmm.
you
Even
have to.
maybe play the guitar at ringside. You know, he's got to go all in with this goddamn entrance.
Yeah, because I mean, how many months are we going on now? Of like, okay, when is that? Like over 6, I would say, right?
I think more than that. I think hasn't it been at least a year?
Like that, we're like, okay, when Joe Hendry makes his debut at the Royal Rumble, like it's gonna be insane.
Yep. So I agree. I think that's what they should do.
But no John Cena eliminated.
If John Cena enters after 25, he will win it. That's because look, when some old crusty person wins, they come in 30 or between 25 and 30. You just know it's going to happen. No one's doing a fucking Ric Flair or Shawn Michaels anymore, coming in at 1 or Stone Cold and winning. It just doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah. All right. So moving on with this. So then we have a couple on this list. There's a couple like it says surprises expected. So they're like thinking maybe an appearance from Stone Cold, The Undertaker, your favorite Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. These are all like, okay, maybe they might just, I don't know, come out. Who knows? Then it has one thing that we have seen a lot of. We've seen a particular figure come out on Monday Night Raw several times, and this has been teasing, allegedly, the debut of Penta. So they're saying, and now we have the New Day is going to fight Rey. Oh, that's another match that's not on here. The New Day are fighting Rey Mysterio and a tag team partner that no one knows of yet. So they're saying it could be Penta.
So Heel Day will lose their first match.
Probably.
As the heels.
And I think this would be a mistake.
I think so too.
Not to have them lose. I think they should win. But to have, why are you throwing in Penta with Rey Mysterio and the LWO? You're just alienating your Mexican superstars. Like, he should have fucking stayed in AEW if that was the case.
It's true.
Like, why are we making everyone either LWO or whatever the other group is that I don't even know the name of?
Yeah, I agree. Does anyone care about those 2 groups anymore? I don't think anyone even gives a shit anymore.
About who?
About any of those groups. Not for nothing, Rey Mysterio. Time to hang it up, pal. It's not because you can't wrestle anymore, but no one cares.
But that's it. It's just Rey. Like, you don't care that it's LWO or Zelina Vega or Burks or all the other guys. No, you just Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think he should make his debut in a tag match. Well, just because they wear masks and they're fucking both Hispanic doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? You have to do it that way. Now, if he was getting his ass whooped and he came out and helped him stop, that's one thing. A run-in is one thing. He comes down. But the whole debut is a tag. I don't like that at all.
There's only one way that they could salvage this if they go this route, and it's okay, whatever. They tag together. Maybe they win, maybe they lose, and then Penta attacks Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I saw it, because then you immediately draw the line that, hey, I'm not here to follow Rey. I'm not here to be LWO or be in Phantasma, whatever the other one is called. I'm here to be Penta, Cero Miedo, whatever it is. Like that would put that line directly there, and I'd be okay with that. If that's going to happen, I don't know, because we rarely get a new debuting superstar come and turn heel automatically like that.
Well, it'll be a good time to start then. Well, I like that idea way better than, and then they said, but then Rey does his job, which is to put over the new young guy. So guess what? There's a new young guy with a mask, Rey, who's better than you now. Time to put him over. So you know what, Dave? I like your idea better.
Yeah.
I like your idea a lot better. I like New Day winning to keep their heel thing going, and then say the Penta turning on Rey. I love that idea. That's how they should do it. Yep. Then you get Rey and Penta down the line, and Rey does what he's supposed to do as an aging wrestler. You put the fucking young guy over.
Exactly.
I like that. By the way, heel New Day. What do you think of heel New Day?
I think they're justified.
Yeah, I think
he wants to show up now and act like everything's all good and dandy. Like, come on now.
And it's great how that was. It was supposed to It was supposed to be Woods who turned, and at the last minute they said, "Well, we're going to change it," and they changed both. They turned both of them. I think it's a great idea. I like the heel.
I do too. It's something different.
Yeah, it's different. It's two guys you never thought would, because they're always happy-go-lucky, fucking cereal eating, pancake throwing, good luck. And now they're like really, they're dressing all street, got their kicks on, they got their vests on. I think it's pretty cool.
Like I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. I wish again we had our fact checkers watching. I can't remember Kofi, besides whenever the New Day first started, ever being heel. Like not this heel, this type of heel. Like he's never been like that.
No, he was always the smiling Jamaican guy, and then New Day was the first time he was heel. When they first started. Because even then they were power of positivity. They were like happy heels. They were like, heels you couldn't really hate. They were just like whatever. Then they got super popular, and obviously turned them face. But I like the dark, scary little, heel group they got going on. I like it a lot. I hope it lasts. See, now this New Day, I wouldn't mind winning another set of titles just because they're going to be bad guys with it. So it makes more sense. Good guy New Day's enough with the titles. You got like 15 of them and the longest reign ever. Let's just move on from that bullshit.
I remember the Usos have that now.
That's right. The Usos have that now. I'm sorry.
No, but okay. But speaking of another group, we have apparently, it says here on this list that the Wyatt Six are supposed to have a big segment. I don't know what, because I've been working a lot, so I haven't seen too much of Raw. But I feel like, have they not really been showing much of the Wyatt Six?
Nope.
So it's the first couple of weeks, and then okay, that's it.
You know me, Dave. I'll be the first to stick up for Triple H and stick up for creative and all that shit when they're doing good, but they honestly dropped the ball. Either they dropped the ball, or you just the promos with what's his name, with Bo Dallas, whatever you want to call him now, were fantastic. And we all agreed how they were his best work easily. The only problem is they couldn't follow that up. You can't follow that up, and the group is still. I don't care about Eric Rowan. I'm sorry, I don't care about any of them. To be honest, I don't give a shit about any of them. I think they dropped the ball with them. I think they're kind of stuck with nothing to do. Then because now you got the other group of dark, evil, whatever the hell you want to call it, the Karrion Kross of the group.
Karrion Kross group.
Yeah, so it's like they're kind of the same thing. They're kind of not. They might end up fighting each other down the line. It's like
need to flip those up quick.
It's like, what's going on here? What are they called? Not Judgment.
I don't know what Karrion Kross group is called. I know it's them, AOP, which I've never liked AOP.
I don't know, but yeah. So you got that whole thing. I think they dropped the ball with the Wyatts. So I don't know what you can possibly do with them to fix it either. I don't know what to do.
You're right. I mean, unless the only thing I can think is that they're not being given, or at least Bo isn't, because I feel like this would be Bo kind of having to handle this, since he wanted to do this after his brother's passing and still keeping this legacy going on. If you give Bo, you have to give him like Bray Wyatt reigns on this. You can't like hold him back. And he also has to, like, again, we don't know, we're just speculating here. He also has to fight for it, right? Because if they tell him no and he's just going to be complacent about it, then they're going to be like, okay, like he's all right with it. He's got to fight him on like what he wants done with this, what story he's trying to tell. What he wants to do is fight Karrion Kross's group. Like, I thought like they were going somewhere with it with Chad Gable and probably attack like certain different people every now and then, because then he went after The Miz, but now again it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think they should have went after somebody big. No offense to The Miz and Chad Gable, they should have went after like someone who's big. Because you go after they went after Chad Gable because he betrayed his friends. Like, they're going after people who betray their family, betray their friends. That's where that came from. Chad Gable betrayed his Otis and the chick or whatever. That's where they went after Chad Gable. Listen, Chad Gable is a phenomenal wrestler. Might be the best actual wrestler in the goddamn company, but no one gives a shit about the guy. The Miz, sure, The Miz is The Miz. He's a Hall of Famer easily. But at this point in time, no one gives a shit if you go after The Miz. You don't care. They should have went after someone huge right in the beginning to say this is how dangerous we are, because no
You
one
know,
cares anymore. No one cares at this point what they do anymore. Their entrance is their most exciting part.
how they can't now. Again, I feel like with this, we're always trying to see how we could fix this. They have to finish this stupid story that they have with Karrion
Oh
Kross.
yeah. They have to finish it, of course.
Now that you're talking about, like, I was just thinking, I was like, okay, who has betrayed their family? Who has betrayed their friends that they can go after? And as I'm looking at like who's fighting, all this stuff, I'm like, oh, one name immediately sticks out here. And again, I don't know, because they might be going another area with this guy, but why not attack Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
Like, why would that not make sense? That has gotten brought up a little bit, like how he hates Roman, but he created Roman by attacking him and betraying him and Dean. Like, why not? You definitely have a story there to tell. Seth is a big enough name where you're gonna get a good pushback. And Seth also had plenty of feuds with Bray, so it makes a lot of sense to go there with that.
Or even Roman. I mean, I know he's stuck with the whole bloodline thing, but Roman too. He did technically betray his family. Yeah. And he beat them up for a long time. I said they needed to go after a bigger star. And no one cared they went to Chad Gable. Nobody fucking cared they went after Chad Gable. Nobody did. It was all about the entrance in the beginning and the vignettes and Bo Dallas' speech. That was what it was all about. Oh, now we're going to attack Chad Gable. Ooh, you think Eric Rowan versus Chad Gable, anybody wants to see that? No. Nobody wants to see it. So I think they made that. I think that's the huge mistake they made. And now they're trying to pivot of having like faction versus faction. And again, it ain't working. Because I think, again, Karrion Kross, I'm sorry, I love the guy. I do. I'm a huge fan of his. But they are just not giving him anything to work with. They're not putting him in a position to do anything because he is the best thing in that group. He's got the personality. He's a good worker. Not phenomenal, but he's pretty good, especially for a guy his size. They don't give him anything. They're not giving him anything to work with. He's got a hot chick. Let's bring back AOP and we'll put them all together into a big group. Who cares? No one cares. That's the problem. So how they're going to fix Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt 6, I don't know. Maybe Monday we'll see.
One of the things that has it here, I'm assuming that this big segment has to do with it because it's like right next to it, and you could tell me you think this kind of fixes it, is the return of Alexa Bliss.
Oh, yeah. That would help. That would make sense. But again, where does it go though? That's the whole problem. Is she going to come back cured? Not with, or is she going to come back in charge?
I don't know. You know what? That would be pretty interesting if she comes back in charge. Like she's running the show rather than her be like just another part of the group.
Because, technically, Uncle Howdy, when Bray was around, or the Fiend, or whatever, was never really in charge. He was just more like the creepy background uncle guy. And Bray was always the guy in charge of the Fiend.
Yeah, the Fiend.
But why not have Alexa come back and be the one in control? She's got we all know she has a personality for it. She was outstanding in that role.
The last time we saw her was the WrestleMania where she betrayed Bray, right?
Yeah. Thought she was going to take over and bleeding from the head and all that shit, remember? Yeah, and that's it. She's been gone since then.
So it would you could definitely pay it off that she comes back now. And she could come back that way and it not be like a huge surprise. Like, no one would be like, oh, what the hell is this?
If she comes back all bubbly and blonde, you have to have an explanation. You can't just roll her out there like that. Now, either she comes back normal and says, listen, I'm cured, or Bray is gone, so his spell is gone, or whatever you want to say, which I don't know if they want to use the word Bray is gone, though, but we'll see. And then the Wyatt 6 wants to attack her, or she comes back as like the fucking godmother of the whole group and is all crazy and twisted and shit, which I would rather see.
Yeah. And yeah, that could definitely fix it. because then you could have her just be like giving the orders to like Uncle Howdy, all these guys, like, here's who you guys are gonna go attack, and it makes a little bit more sense because now you have a key piece where, I mean, Bo's not bad on the mic, but Alexa Bliss is
better,
really good on the mic. She's phenomenal. So having her there, and I think that'd be, I think.
Then you put Alexa into a title picture, and now you have Nikki Cross, who, I mean, was she a world champion? No. Could she be a fucking Intercontinental champion or a tag champion? Absolutely. Then you could throw the other two in there too. Dexter Lumis, maybe a tag title run. Because she's in charge now. She's telling everybody what to do. She's the one who, that would make a whole lot of sense and fix it. I'm sorry, Bo Dallas. Listen, like I said, the promo is outstanding. Best work you ever done. But you're not your brother. You're not the leader of this group, and you're just not your brother. And it's sad to say that, but it's true. Alexa Bliss puts them right here, puts them at the top. So I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case.
I hope Triple H and WWE are taking some notes here because we're fixing your show right now, just in case you weren't going with these ideas. We got a lot of good things bubbling here. All right, so we'll keep moving. Then we have, maybe they released the teaser for 2K25. We talked about that a little bit. And then, well, let's see. It also says Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Bianca Belair are going to be there, possibly Kevin Owens, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. And the last thing we have here, and I mean, it's in Vegas, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he makes sense, but he's a big enough name. It says we probably might get our first inductee into the Hall of Fame class 2025, and that would be Batista.
I'm not a Batista guy, but whatever. Nah, I'm not a Batista guy, but whatever. I guess it makes sense.
Hall of Famer, we can say that, right?
Yeah, I'll say he's all of Fame. I just don't like the guy, and he's been shitting on wrestling lately. Plus, he looks like he stopped working out, and he looks real weird.
Well, yeah, he said it. He said he was going to lose a bunch of like muscle weight because he wants to be considered for like other like regular roles, not just this like big enforcer role.
Dude, stick to your fucking wheelhouse. Just stick to your wheelhouse.
I mean, we could say though he's trying to do something different, and he's been one of the better, like he's up there with like the better wrestlers turn actors.
Yeah, no, he's been good at everything he's done. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. We'll see. If he's Hall of Fame, that's fine. I'm not against it. Just whatever.
We got to still round out that class. Like I think now you have to have your Sid Vicious in there, even though he should have been in there years ago. Like there's a couple guys we got to start. Okay, they need to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it sucks. They missed him, and now he's fucking, gone. That sucks.
Yeah.
We still don't got any explanation of why they pulled him back. Why they pulled him?
No, because I remember they announced him, and then it was just like, oh no, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. He's not coming this year. So
it was so weird.
And last year's class was the worst class ever.
I wonder who was it? Was it oh my god, it was on the WWE doc, not the WWE, the Vince McMahon documentary. The big ball guy that fought Hogan at WrestleMania.
Bundy? King Kong Bundy?
Yeah, like now that Vince is out, do you think we can maybe get Bundy in? Since
we might get a demolition
and not getting paid.
We might get a demolition. We might get a Bundy. We might get a lot of guys.
I'm sure that Netflix and TKO are okay. We'll get these guys in. Like if they're going to bring us in more money, then we're probably going to have to fork over to them. Here you go. Here's what you were owed. Come on into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Demolition's whole thing was money. You're making a fortune off this, and this. We want a piece of it. And I mean, I guess it was Vince who said no. Maybe now, like you said, you bring. Oh, I'll be happy. Demolition gets in. I might get drunk that night. About time.
We've been waiting 30 years for this.
About fucking time. But yeah, I mean, listen, this Vince fallout, it's going to be huge. I mean, Punk said it right on the promo the other night. I hated the guy running the place. You know, and he loved you, and I love that he
No,
loved you.
I'll give him that. When he said that, I was like, damn, that.
Yeah,
Everyone knows exactly who you're talking about and how big that statement was made.
yeah. And it wasn't just Triple H and Stephanie, even though he nailed them too back in the day. But yeah, he hated the guy who ran the place. So maybe a lot of people feel that way. I mean, and again, with the shit that came out about him, you don't you see why.
Yeah.
So
Should be interesting. So, I mean, I'm excited for Raw. I know that I am going to be working, but I'm making sure I bring this laptop. I'm going to have it posted up there next to all the other million screens I'm going to be watching. I'm making sure it's running.
yeah, it's gonna be good. I hope it's good. I'm actually trying to watch it live instead of just like on delay. I usually watch it on delay for the skip the commercials.
Well, we have to hope that Netflix.
And now there's no commercials. That's what I'm saying. I got to watch live.
But I'm saying like Netflix. I think they did good with the. And I didn't really watch too much of the NFL on Netflix on Christmas Day, but I didn't hear as many complaints as I did for Tyson and Paul.
Yeah, that fucking farce.
So hopefully they got their stuff together where we won't get like the buffering. Like I did see a meme that had it like, oh, imagine if this happened in the Royal Rumble and it's like 3, 2, 1, and it's just the buffering. And it's like, no, who is it?
I wouldn't doubt it. I completely forgot football was on Christmas Day. I was like, holy shit, this game's being played.
There's football on right now. I didn't know there was football on today either.
Yeah, is there football on right now?
Yes, there is.
I didn't know there was football on either. I thought the last week they don't do that the last week anymore.
I thought so too. I thought it was always the second to last week, but I guess everything changed this year with that. But yeah, we have Ravens and the Browns. Yeah. I don't have a score because I do. It's a 14-3 Ravens.
I'll just put that on in the background. Okay, there we go.
But so I think
and Lamar Jackson's playing. Are they playing for something?
I think they might be playing for position.
I was going to say, why the hell is Lamar Jackson playing?
Yeah, I think they're playing for position.
That's the wrong show.
Everyone wants to make sure they don't play Cincinnati.
I guess so.
In case they get in.
That's my team. They're still alive. My Super Bowl pick is still alive.
They need help, but if they make it there, I mean, with my picks, I have them making it there. But the picks I made this week, just because I would want to see that, and I think, man, first round you would essentially have Buffalo and Cincinnati. At Buffalo, that's going to be a phenomenal playoff game.
Their defense, though, man, they're so suspect.
But Burrows has been playing out of his mind.
They should draft all defense this year. Cincinnati. By the way, I'd like to thank Joe Burrows for I know I lost in our league, but I won another league. So thank you, Joe and Jamar. I had both of them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that victory. I needed that money. So that's good.
He definitely balled out this year, and I think it's safe to say that he should be in the conversation, at least talked about for MVP. Just like I think so should our former running back too.
Yeah, I don't see why he shouldn't be.
2,000 yards, and
he's not going for it.
Which
for the record.
I want to know whose call that was, because it's against the Giants. Our rushing is awful. You can get that record easy.
As a Giants fan, as a butthurt Giants fan, I'll admit that fully too. I think he should do it. Don't be a Barry Sanders. It's like, dude, you need 5 yards for the world record. I'm done. Dude, 5 yards. Nah, I don't want to go out there. Barry, 5 yards. No, I'm good. It's like, just fucking go out there and get it, for Christ's sake. Yeah. I bet the Giants would step aside for him. Get your 20 yards you need, fucking fall down, and get out of the game. We'll let you do that.
Yeah, because, I mean, a lot of those guys on that team still love Saquon.
Yeah,
they definitely would be like, here, we're going to make sure you get that record.
Dude, we've argued it 1,000 times. I'm not going to argue it again. But, look, it was a business decision on both sides, right or wrong. Still, they love him as a teammate. They'll let him walk the fucking 20 yards. Walk it. And then step out of bounds and take your shit off and go sit down. And then, we'll see you next year.
We're going to make sure you don't get hurt. Just go ahead and do it. You're good.
So, that's for another show on Sportsmanlike Conduct coming this week, hopefully.
But yeah,
back to that
so we're good. We're good on Raw on Netflix. That's gonna be huge. I think everyone's excited. So then, what do you want to get into now? We can go into the list. We can talk a little AEW. There's been
Let's talk a little AEW quick because they've also made a huge transition into Max.
started on Wednesday.
Which again, I'm not going to be honest, Dave. I know we tend to shit on them a lot. Well, at least we do. The fact that they're even on Max is still shocking to me. Their attendance is complete shit. Their live attendance. But they've been putting on pretty decent stuff lately. Whether it's coherent or not, I don't know. Because, again, that's all Tony Khan's fault. But they've been putting on good stuff lately. Their matches, anyway, are good. The wrestlers are good. Let's just put it that way.
The wrestling, if you're just watching wrestling, their wrestling is top tier.
It's great. Absolutely. It's just the fucking stories and
stories that don't make any sense.
And Tony Khan.
It would take too long to tell.
Fuck? All I want is I'm not even going to bother getting into it. It just doesn't make any sense.
But I will say that I think, yeah, like you said, it's very shocking they're on Max. I would have never thought that they would have got a streaming deal, let alone with Max. So it's great for them. They still are also they're doing both. They're streaming on Max and they're also still airing on TNT or TBS or whatever at the same time. So that I think is
they canceled their Saturday show, right?
The Friday. So because Rampage was 1 hour on Friday and it was always recorded during Dynamite.
Yeah.
So I think that was smart. I mean, if a show is airing on Wednesday, you already know the results for Friday. So why am I going to watch Friday?
Yeah. Especially when you're there live, like I've been to a couple of those Dynamites. I don't want to stay 2 more hours for fucking Rampage. It's 11 o'clock. I want to go home.
Yeah. Exactly.
You expect me to stay 2 more hours
on a Wednesday?
Yeah, for a pre-recorded show.
Yeah.
Last time when I told my kid, I said, listen, depending on who the main event is, we're leaving. I'm not sitting through a whole other shows. And it wasn't anybody good. I'm like, all right, let's go. We're out of here.
Yeah. But now think about it this way. Let's say you watched the show. You have no incentive to go watch the show on Friday because you already know what happened.
Exactly. Not only that, though, but I'm going to put it on the net and who the fuck won.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it completely defeats the purpose of which I think back in the day, that worked because social media wasn't so crazy. It wasn't like you weren't getting results by accident. Like now you can just be scrolling and you'll find out, oh look, this is what happened on Raw last week because it was taped.
So you scroll, it's like, oh, 5 minutes ago this happened on Raw. Like, oh shit, I should have been watching it.
Or back in the day when I remember when SmackDown first came out, it was always filmed Tuesdays and it would air Fridays or Thursdays. You didn't have that problem. Now you do. So I think that was him doing that kind of was silly. I guess he wanted another show, but that was not the right move. They're still doing Collision on Saturdays. So yeah, well, I forgot where I was gonna go with this. So they just had their last pay-per-view was last Saturday, World's End. They're technically don't have a pay-per-view today, but because it's the New Japan, it's like their big WrestleMania is this weekend. Yesterday was the first night, which was Wrestle Kingdom, and then today's Wrestle Dream. All these pay-per-views started like 2 or 3 in the morning because it's in Japan. So you have a couple AEW guys over there, and one big match that is happening is Kenny Omega is making his in-ring return after suffering the diverticulitis that he almost died and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to World's End, and I just want to go through a couple things here. We saw Ricochet, and from that pay-per-view to what happened on Wednesday, I think Ricochet right now, I will say this, is going to go on a Dominic Mysterio type of run.
I think so.
Not like...
Because Ricochet is the biggest meme in AEW right now.
Yeah, but that's what I think he's going to be like one of these guys that he comes out and he's not even going to be able to say anything. People are going to hate him. I mean, we just go based off the World's End where how perfect is it? He's just standing in the middle of the ring after losing. Swerve comes and berates him, and then the audience just throws these toilet paper at him, and it just happens like all to land on him perfectly. Like that was just a classic shot there where you're like, man, how do you time that right?
That's because he's sweating, so it just all stuck to him. All gross. I know. I saw that. I was cracking up. Well, see, the funny thing is, I don't know why AEW fans hate him, but WWE fans hate him because they took Samantha Irvin away. They blame him for Samantha Irvin leaving. Yeah. That's and I think that's hysterical. You know, we don't care that you left. But you took Samantha with you, so fuck you. And they hate him for it. AEW fans, I think, just hate him because he I don't know, he sucks.
It's just he's
can't get out.
very cringe, and he's like, again, he was trying to play off that like really good guy, and it's like, no, we like, you don't do it well. So that's why I feel like he's about to do like a good Dominic run where he's gonna come out and not be able to say anything, and if he does, it's just not gonna be good. Where people are gonna boo him. It's like, it's not gonna be quiet, which is good, because I feel like he got a lot of that, like, oh, he come out, he's a good guy, okay, no one really cares.
Yeah.
Like, now people are really gonna, like, they're gonna see him and boo him and tell him he sucks.
And that's good for him, because he said the silence is deadly in wrestling.
Yep.
You want to get booed, you want to get cheered. If you get nothing, pack it up.
That's killer. You change everything up to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was one thing. Then we had MJF and Adam Cole. Looks like they finally settled this beef, and MJF won. He won his sixth Dynamite Diamond ring. He's never lost one.
Nope.
And we got the Undisputed Kingdom back. And I think the funny thing about this whole thing is that Adam Cole, not so much, was getting booed, but everyone else part of this Undisputed Kingdom was getting booed or getting no reactions. And I was like, I think I told you after the match, I was like, I've never seen Adam Cole colder.
Yeah, it's true.
And it sucks because he's so good. And it's like, why is he so cold right now?
Injuries, man. He can't stay in the ring.
But it's also like the storytelling, like it just didn't work. So I'm glad that this is over with. Maybe in the future they can fight again, but now they
remember. I mean, he was the devil for a while with his little faction of devil guys that just vanished. Just like, whatever, that's not there no more. We're back to the Undisputed Kingdom, and we're gonna be cool and happy. And I think everyone's just like, dude, whatever. He needs to go back to WWE. He is one of those guys I think who needs to go back and start over, start fresh. Right. You know what I'm saying? He needs something. I don't think I think he's done in that company.
Well, he's no longer with the Doctor, so.
And where is she? Can she possibly be showing up anytime soon?
Whatchamacallit? I saw her on Cobra Kai.
Yeah, but is she a free agent though? I'm saying, is she free?
I don't know.
Oh, I'd love for her to show up at Raw.
Because she was one of the first people to get signed. Was it 2019? So I don't know how long her contract was.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's a 4-year deal right there. I think 3-4 year deals enough. Because the last time if she shows up at the Royal Rumble, imagine her showing up. That'll be the big get for the women's side. The men will be Joe Henry. The women will be Britt Baker. I like that. She should wear her smock. That's hot.
Oh, okay. So we had MJF and Adam Cole finally settle their beef. Then what I think was a really fantastic match, and I'll say it was the best match this man has had in AEW, and it was because he finally got some time to work and was working with someone great. It would be Takeshita versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs is this big, massive guy, but him and Takeshita worked so well this match that it truly surprised me how good it was when I was watching it. And I was like, damn, like this match could easily be match of the night. And I think it'd be argued between this and Okada and Ospreay could probably be the best match of the night, because we all know that main event was didn't give up much.
Yeah.
And that was Jon Moxley versus Hangman Page versus Orange Cassidy versus Jay White. This match felt short. I mean, I didn't expect Moxley to lose. It just felt really short, rushed, and it just kind of made, I don't know, it just still doesn't make any sense. And then we did have the big return at the end so it's funny, when you first said that you had some big news or like something to be named, I think we were talking about Netflix. I was like, oh, he's going to talk about Edge's new name. No, you were not.
No.
But Edge, or the artist formerly known as Edge, formerly known as Adam Copeland, is now called the Rated R Superstar Cope.
Which, who cares?
Cope.
And don't forget, they're also rated FTR. Also, because those personalities are a good thing to hook up with. Don't get me wrong, FTR, phenomenal tag team. Personalities of a wet mop. This is who you're gonna hook up with. It's like I don't understand. Listen, Edge, you had your time. Go away. Go away. Just please stop. I heard he's bringing his wife into it too. Maybe.
Really? So we're gonna get a Beth Phoenix sighting soon?
We might get a Beth Phoenix sighting in the next couple months, I heard.
I mean, I want to know where this Jon Moxley thing is going. He's carrying around the AEW championship in a briefcase. Like, we don't even get to see the title. It's in a briefcase.
He's the champion?
Yes. Remember he beat Bryan Danielson?
Oh, that's right. I can't stand him. I get confused with that show all the time.
And then you don't see him with the title. Again, this title has been in a briefcase. Like, why? We still don't have an explanation. This happened like 4 months ago. Like, I want to know already. Like, I thought we were going to get some answers here at World's End, and we got zero. And now we have Cope fighting him now, and it looks like he's going to go for the title.
He better not win. Well, like, he can beat Moxley, but he shouldn't have a long reign after that.
No, it should be Christian cashing in on him.
Yeah, they should be. Because, these AEW is all about the young guys.
Moxley's young.
Yeah, Moxley's Moxley. Still can't stand the guy. And yes, by the way, if he came back as Dean Ambrose in WWE, I would still hate him. So, yes. Before anyone asks me that question, yes, I will still hate him.
Man. Well, one more thing I guess we could talk about AEW is Jeff Jarrett still doesn't want to retire. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Okay, he's still all elite. He's still going to be wrestling.
And why they give him TV time is what I don't understand.
Surprisingly, people like him. I don't know I've never liked Jeff Jarrett, not even WWE Jeff Jarrett or WWF Jeff Jarrett. Like, I never liked him. But some people love Jeff Jarrett, and I don't know what it is.
I'm on the fence with him. I didn't mind. He was a good heel because he pissed you off. I didn't mind WC. I didn't mind Silver and Black NWO Jeff Jarrett. Actually, I like that little faction. That I thought that had promise. And then, Scott Hall got drunk and Kevin Nash got hurt, and that was the end of that. And then Goldberg killed Bret Hart. So I mean,
Bret Hart just didn't know how to get home. That's different.
Listen, he killed him. And those memes, by the way, are also absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah,
there's so many good memes out there with Goldberg and Bret Hart. I never mind wrestling. Stop giving him airtime. Stop putting him in predominant places. Let him open the show. Then put him on a house show somewhere. Don't. He shouldn't be on Wednesdays. Don't put him on Wednesdays. He can be on the Saturday show all he wants, not the goddamn Wednesday show.
I guess we'll see what happens with Jarrett, but
I don't get it either. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. So you want to jump into these lists of?
Yeah, let's take a look at the list. Let's see what we got.
All right. So I'm trying to. My computer loves to be slow now. So, I'm going to start with the Wrestling Inc. And I'm just going to go through. I pulled up 3 websites: Wrestling Inc., the New York Post, and ESPN.
By the way,
they each had their own.
I'm going to show you something real quick, bootleg style.
Yeah, I'll go back to you.
Look. Bootleg style.
That's not him. This opponent from Gainesville, Georgia,
the wee nominal one.
The nominal one.
The wee nominal one, AJ Swoggle. That's outstanding. AJ Swoggle, the wee nominal one. I gotta post that in our page.
I love that.
I'm posting it right now.
Phenomenal.
I'm posting it right now because that was actually
my
very
goodness.
funny. Good for TNA. Okay, I'm sorry, dude. We got three places.
Yeah, we got ESPN, the New York Post, and Wrestling Inc. If you want, we can pull this up. I haven't really looked through them all. I've just casually seen them. So we'll start with Wrestling Inc. Let me know when we're on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Wrestling Inc.'s non-wrestler of the year went to Paul Heyman, and I mean, I don't disagree with this. What about you, sir?
Not at all.
I think we had talked about this when Prince Nana was named by the top manager of the year. And I think Paul Heyman was second, and it was there's no reason Paul should be. It should have been Paul from the get go. He had a phenomenal year. The storytelling by him was just great.
The dude can tell a story with just his fucking face. That's how good he is.
There was a lot of numbers that were thrown out there on SmackDown yesterday that supposedly are alluding to The Rock. But the runner-up for Wrestling Inc. was Prince Nana. Other people that received first place votes were Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, Triple H, your girl Samantha Irvin, and the GOAT, the Rizzler.
The Rizzler.
What do you think? Rizzler?
I'm not gonna say nothing about this kid. I hate that kid and his father with a passion.
No, he's not the one with the dad.
Well, whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
Big Justice and AJ are the family. They just
whatever. They're all the same. They're all mashed into that one little stupid.
They are all part of the Costco universe.
I can't do it, man.
All right, so breakout star of the year, they gave it to Mariah May. So she is the current AEW Women's Champion. I don't really disagree with this one. I know we said that it probably could have been Solo. But she does have a chance.
Men, it's just men and women then.
I guess let's see who they.
I would have picked Tiffany Stratton over her, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, look, here's what their runner-up was actually Jey Uso. Then they have the Beast Mortals, Kyle Fletcher, Hologram Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Obafemi, Javon Evans, Gabe Kidd, and Big Boom AJ Boom. Wow, they really wanted to throw these Costco guys some love here.
Aren't they? They're not real though, right? Aren't they like a quick? Are they still around?
I think they made another appearance, but from what he said, because he broke his leg or something in that match, he said that they were going to be back eventually. But
those guys are at all. It means if they could do it, I could do it. That's all I'm saying.
It's true, but they did it first, so. All right, so let's continue on the list here. Entrance of the year, we have Jey Uso at WWE Backlash. I don't know if I agree with this one.
No, because we've had foreign pay-per-views where the entrances have all been better.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, I think the same event. Wasn't it the AJ Styles? No, that was, it was Backlash, right? The France one? The AJ Styles where the camera was shaking.
Yeah. And they'll keep saying, we're chanting the phenomenal thing, whatever they were chanting. We are phenomenal.
I definitely would have put that one over.
Well, what's the runner-ups? I'll see. I'll pick one probably better than that already, if they have them.
Okay, so that went too far. I'm assuming. That did. Sorry, I don't know why my computer's being very.
It's all right.
I think this article's just really long. Oh yeah, I went down way too. No, I didn't. Okay, back to Mariah. This might be easier to do on my phone.
I got Tiffany over Mariah. That's just me.
Okay, so the runner-up was Bryan Danielson at AEW All In and the Wyatt Six when they debuted. Other people receiving first place votes: Sting at AEW Revolution, Rhea Ripley, WrestleMania Night 1, The Rock, WrestleMania Night 1, Will Ospreay at All In, and Mercedes Moné at All In. So
I like
somehow,
the Rock's better
somehow,
than Jey Uso.
yeah,
The fucking Rock
The
with
Wyatt
the
Six,
thunder and the lightning.
I think also like that debut.
Yeah, I like that better too than just a bunch of people eating.
Yeah, like just when the camera pans to the back and all you see is all these bodies. Like
Yeah.
the fact AJ Styles wasn't even given a first place vote is crazy.
Yeah, that crowd loves him.
Finisher of the year, we have Bronson Reed's Tsunami. So we're talking about all like every finisher that's performed. I gotta see what they voted on. So Braun Breaker Spear and Will Ospreay's Tiger Driver 91 were tied for runner up. Then Ospreay's Hidden Blade, Jay White's Blade Runner, which is almost the same thing. Randy Orton's RKO, Sol Ruka's Soul Snatcher, Commander's Rope Walk Shooting Star Press. Oh, look, John Moxley's plastic bag over there. All right, this feels like a joke at this point with some of these. Someone did not take it seriously this year.
Listen, just based on this, on who they're showing, I would take Braun Breaker's Spear because he gets that extra burst of fucking speed that he gets.
Yeah.
And he's killing people with that thing.
I would
pick that over.
Yeah, or the Tsunami.
Yeah, I think so.
I would pick either Braun Breaker Spear as well, or even Will Ospreay's Tiger Driver 91 because that move just looks absolutely.
It looks painful.
1 inch wrong, and it looks like you're done. So
yeah,
you're never wrestling again.
That's true too.
But Breaker Spear feels like one of those where it doesn't matter how slow you do it, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna get the air taken out of you.
Yes, and he gets that extra burst of speed. It's like, no.
So faction of the year, we have the Bloodline.
No, not this. See, that doesn't make sense to me. This past year, they were broken up. This past year, really.
They reformed. God, so he's telling me a reformed Bloodline the last like 2 months is better than the new Bloodline. Let's see what we have. We have the Conglomeration and the Judgment Day. Is the Conglomerate? No, that's an AEW one, right?
Yeah.
And we have New Day got first votes, House of Black, the Wyatt Six, and I forgot what TMDK is. It's that group.
Listen, for the past year, they've been all fighting separately or against each other. So I'm going to go with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day got titles. They had titles on titles this whole year.
Yeah, exactly. You had a world champion, you had tag team, you had the women's champion.
Yeah, I'm going with Judgment Day.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, Carlito, who was funny.
Tag team or trios team of the year, Axiom and Nathan Frazier, or better known as Fraxium, from NXT. And I've heard a lot of stuff about these guys, and I can tell you I've never watched them wrestle once, so I would not put them on this list. They are NXT.
I don't even know who they are either. No clue.
There's no way I'm putting them on this tag. They would not receive a vote from me. Let's see who else we got. Motor City, another fucking group that I do not like. Motor City Machine Guns, runner-ups. Other people receiving first place votes. The Young Bucks, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Darby Allin and Sting.
No.
8-Town Down Under. American Made. FTR. The System. But a lot of people got first place votes. Violence is Forever and Angel Del Oro and Niebla Roja.
Who is Violence is Forever?
No idea.
I don't know, but this list just proves that tag team wrestling really needs a boost.
Yeah, I agree with you there. There just hasn't been. Let me see, there hasn't been like that tag team that's really. How
I
is
don't know who.
what the hell is on here? Um, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. I like them more this year than half these people.
It's true too. And didn't
They're
didn't
time.
the Judgment Day have it for a real long time too?
Yeah, you're right.
They had it for a long time. Those belts. I don't know how they.
They went into WrestleMania with both titles,
Yeah,
lost them. Then a couple months later, they re-got them again.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It should be Judgment Day should have this as well.
It was just Wrestling Inc. You guys are dumb. That's right. I said it. I said it.
TV show of the year, AEW Dynamite.
Stupid.
All right, let's see
So they're saying Dynamite's been better than every other wrestling show for the past year?
yeah, so because this is runner-up, tie, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. And then other people getting votes, Collision, and CMLL Super Viernes.
I'm going to disagree with
that.
that.
I mean, I could see.
But like I said,
SmackDown is the best.
It's hard to balance. Hard to say which show has actually been better. They've been equally okay.
That's why I feel like the actual shows have been all right. Where I feel like it could have been a three-way tie between Raw, SmackDown, and Dynamite.
I mean, like we said it before, we're talking about strictly wrestling. Dynamite was probably better. But as far as storytelling and all that other shit, AEW can't do anything.
Raw had some stinkers. Like, think about it. Like, the Raw after WrestleMania was not good.
No,
like,
it wasn't. You're right.
They're not
all the special shows that you're waiting for have all been shitty lately. That's not good. That's not a good thing.
We need to change that this year.
We do.
All right. Next up, event of the year. We have
and the Rumbles too. When was the last great surprise at a Rumble? It's been years since we had a great surprise, right? That was probably the last like real surprise.
Yeah, that I can think about the top of my head would be Edge.
Yeah.
All right, well, event of the year, we have WrestleMania 40. Let's see what else got votes. AEW Revolution, NXT Stand and Deliver, CML's Homenaje a Dos Leyendas, SummerSlam, All Out, and Wrestle Dream. Is it really fair that if you have 2 nights of wrestling, it's better than one?
I guess they want to throw everybody in there, make sure everybody gets their moment, I guess. I don't mind it. More wrestling good for me.
No, absolutely. I don't mind it either. But it's like, is that really fair when you have 2 nights of wrestling compared to one? Like, you should always be the better show.
Oh, yeah, you should, yeah.
But give it to him just because WrestleMania 40 had a lot of good things. You finished the story. You had The Rock come back on night 1. So I'm all right with that. So now we have promotion of the year, and that went to the World Wrestling Entertainment.
Thank you, Triple H.
I don't think. Yep, and the runner-up obviously was AEW. I don't think we have any complaints on that one.
Nope.
All right, and so then the news story of the year. What do you think it's going to be?
Obviously, Vince. I think Vince.
Janelle Grant lawsuit forces Vince McMahon's resignation.
And complete wipeout of his existence, too.
Yep. But the runner-up could have been close. WWE signs a broadcast deal with Netflix. And then the other one was John Cena announces 2025 retirement tour. All could have been, like, argued for.
Yeah, if Vince wasn't a psychotic pervert.
Oh, man. So the debut and return of the year, we have the White 6.
Is it?
Let's see what else we had. We had The Rock. Oh, man, I think The Rock would have been.
Yeah, I think The Rock, too.
Okay. Yeah. And we also have Liv Morgan at the Royal Rumble, Mercedes Moné on Dynamite, Joe Hendry on. Actually, you know what? Joe Hendry on NXT was pretty big. I think that one might have been better than Wyatt 6.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu on SmackDown, Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, Nigel McGuinness on AEW, Julia at No Mercy NXT, and Big E on Raw. No, thank you. Yeah, I would have fought for maybe Joe Hendry a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
Right, and then promo of the year, there was a tie. Hangman Page, what the hell was the other one? Which I think was that was a good promo, him burning down Bird's house. And then, the other person was the New Day and Big E.
Wow, already.
All right. Damn. Okay. That was a pretty good promo. As like you said, we didn't see it coming because we thought Woods was going to turn on Kofi. We didn't predict Big E being there, and then both. So
Yeah, we thought Big E was going to come out and play Peacemaker, and instead they fucking kicked him to the curb.
Right.
Take a belly.
Runner up, we had Drew McIntyre. Drew actually had another first place vote between him, Punk, and Rollins. We had The Rock, Tony Storm, Swerve Strickland, and Bryan Danielson. And actually, Tony Storm had 3 different first place votes. Wow. He had a big year, girl. What do you think about this one?
Promo?
Yeah.
I kind of like.
I'll tell you what I
don't know. I kind of like Punk and Rollins. Like I said, I like the real life aspect of it.
But this article might have been written before this past Monday.
Yeah.
But I will say, I personally think, as much as I like Hangman, I love the New Day. I think Drew McIntyre had some of the best promos this year.
He did. I think
he could have handpicked any one of them. Whatever one was, I'd put him.
He really stepped up. I was tired of him. I was done with him. I was like, go to AEW and go finish out your career over there because I'm just done with you. But yeah, he's really stepped it up lately.
Like I think one of the promos that I remember from this year was when he was talking to Punk. He's like, for someone who's so straight edge, you spend all your time in rehab. Like that, I was like, that was great. Like, yeah, I would have definitely put Drew as promo, whichever one of them. And then, well, speak of the devil. Storyline of the year, we have Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk.
Storyline of the year.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure the Bloodline's probably going to be on here. No, Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May was the runner-up. And we have Cody finishing the story. Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland. Bryan Danielson's Last Ride. And the OG Bloodline versus the New Blood. Are we giving the storyline of the year to Punk and McIntyre?
I don't know. I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. I'd give it to him.
The only hesitation I can have to that is that Drew McIntyre carried the storyline for like 6 months.
Well, of course, yeah, of course.
Punk was hurt.
I'll give it to them. Yeah,
the only other one I could think of would be because the finishing the story, I feel like was more like an entire year's work starting from last year, not so much this year.
It was last year.
Yeah,
definitely last year.
Maybe I'd give it to Bloodline versus the New Bloodline, but that took some time also to build. Like it was not something that just happened throughout the course. It wasn't 6 months worth of planning.
If I had to launch a complaint about Triple H's WWE so far, it's like I get it. Long-term storyline, I get it. It works, but not with everything. It's time to cut some shit short. You know, like this Bloodline thing's got to end soon. I mean, how long can you really keep it going?
See, it's been going on 5 years.
I'm saying it's a long ass time, and if you're gonna finish it with The Rock, finish it this year. Have it be done. Like it's like you can't do it anymore. Because like, don't worry about the Jacob fight. So he'll be fine. He's a future world champion probably. Solo, you know, I love you, Soto, but not for a fucking title shot. I don't. So
So next up, we have match of the year, and they gave it to Will Ospreay to Bryan
Look at that.
Danielson. Where
look at that right there.
see in this picture, this is the Tiger Driver 91, and this is where he like essentially kills Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that right there is like you're retired, dude. You're done.
So yeah, like that's so hard to just like fall on that. You're gonna hurt yourself. And he that has had multiple neck injuries. But as a tie, we have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood, which I believe was their Hell in a Cell match.
No, I'll take.
A lot of other matches.
I'll take the Ospreay match.
Okay.
Strickland Danielson was pretty good too.
Yeah, I think that was also a good one. And then look at, bro, someone really was messing with the votes. Big Boom AJ versus QT Marshall received at least one first place vote.
So she had someone being an asshole.
Yeah, someone not taking it serious. Come on. I think we're almost at the end of this Wrestling Inc. one. Here's a three-way tie. We have Cookie Monster Punk here. See who else we got. We have Drew McIntyre.
I'll agree with both of those so far.
And the third person is Toni Storm.
Tony, I can't believe how big she
Tiny
is.
Storm.
She is huge now.
Yeah, I have you seen now that she's acting like she's had amnesia. She's like, oh my god, I love you. Like, it's my first time here in AEW. Like, I'm announcing that I'm all elite.
Yeah,
Like, she's completely like not in the whole timeless thing. It's hilarious.
She is. Her personality is perfect for wrestling. I mean, she's completely redone. I mean, she was good in WWE. They just didn't know what to do with her, and she's been fantastic since she went over there. She's been great. She's probably been dare I say it, of all the people who jumped ship, she's probably the most successful. Not including the just titles. Because you're going to throw a title at Jericho and Moxley automatically throwing world. I'm talking about just in general as far as career goes.
Moxley, the 4-time champion.
I don't know. I think she's.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, she's been able to keep the story good. She's been able to do almost like what Jericho has done with like changing characters and it being like flawless and still making it good.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So I probably would take CM Punk out of this and leave it between her and Drew. But a runner-up, we have Kevin Owens and Hangman Page.
I don't remember hearing any of them.
Wrestler of the year. Wrestler of the year, we have Mr. Will Ospreay, who has come on the Just Too Sweet show, has said how Will Ospreay, just wants to take time off. Oh, he's going to drop the belt, this and that. And Mr. Will Ospreay worked a full-time schedule this year. Just throwing that out there. Runner-ups for it, we had Cody Rhodes and others receiving first place votes for Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Athena. Athena got a first place vote.
CM Punk was hurt.
Of course, Big Boom AJ.
Stop with this fucking. I'm not taking this list seriously at all. Every time his name appears.
I want to know whose vote was this.
Someone just said, "Yo, I'm voting Big Boom AJ every category." I bet he got a vote for every category. They just didn't show them all. Jesus. Oh, you still there, Dave? You're starting to freeze. Hello.
Can you hear me or no?
You're frozen, but I hear you a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to get back. I think this one was just way too much. Can you still hear me?
I still hear you, yeah. You think the page is too much?
Okay, so then what I'm gonna do, I'm just until I get back. Yeah, I think this Wrestling Inc. one was way too much and it's freezing my computer. So what I'm gonna do, if you could still hear me, if you can't, just let me know.
I hear you.
I'm just gonna read off the New York Post one.
Can you X out of it? There you go. That was just me and my face. What can I talk about so Dave gets back? I don't know. Anybody out there want to talk about something? Give me a call. You ever see that scene in the Scanners where that guy's head blows up? No, just kidding. I am looking forward to Raw Monday. Probably the biggest Raw ever since Austin won the title. And that following night, you had Austin, the formation of DX, all that good shit. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And while waiting for Dave to get back real quick, Just Too Sweet 2.0 is coming. We're going to do a new logo, new music, new entrance video, and hopefully we'll see the return of my tag team partner, AZ, Eric Zant, which from last I heard, he was in the Swiss Alps digging for hot chocolate or something. I don't know. That's last I heard. But the guy's been everywhere. Mongolia, Stad, Alabama. Alabama, that's a dark place to go to. But he's been there on his walkabout. And who knows, he might come back an all-new man, ready to take on the reins of co-pilot of the Just Too Sweet show. We will see. So, Mike, want to hear some stories. There's not many people that go to Stad and don't have a story to tell. So, Eric, if you're watching right now, I can't wait to hear your stories about Stad. I hear it's a lovely place for this time of year. I also know you've been to Pig Knuckle, Arkansas, and it's pretty gangster to go to Pig Knuckle, not strapped. So it's pretty big. But like I said, if anyone also watching this, he has ideas for the logo, let me know. Oh, Dave's back. Dave is back. Dave's back.
Sorry about that. It's just that Wrestling Inc. with its lovely, list crashed my browser.
So you know what? Don't bring it up. Just read them off.
Yeah. I pulled it up on my phone. So this is the New York Post. Your local newspaper, magazine,
local rag.
Yeah, that posts very unbiased opinions about things, especially about sports.
Phil Mushnick still works there, so fuck him.
So their male wrestler of the year was Cody Rhodes. Their honorable mentions were Bryan Danielson, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Swerve Strickland, and Will Ospreay.
I'd give it to Gunther. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Do you remember Gunther did lose at WrestleMania to Sami Zayn? And he lost to Cody Rhodes as well at the King of the Ring. No, not King of the Ring, at Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel for the fake ring or belt or whatever.
The ring and the belt that's gonna stay in Saudi Arabia.
It just makes no sense.
So can we give it to Gunther?
I'd still give it to Gunther.
I'm hesitant about giving it to Cody, but he has had probably the most successful year. The only other person I personally would have picked, and that's just based on a personal preference, I would have given it to Drew. I really like what Drew did this year. He's the only other one that to me is like, okay, I can put him there. He won the belt once, even though it was for just a couple seconds, but he also won the Money in the Bank, and he won the Elimination Chamber. And he did beat CM Punk a couple times.
I'll go with it.
Right. So then their female wrestler of the year was Toni Storm. Their honorable mentions were Jordynne Grace from TNA, Liv Morgan, Mercedes Moné, Roxanne Perez, and Rhea Ripley.
By the way, I heard your girl Mercedes has been coming on lately.
What do you mean?
I heard that I said in the beginning when she first got there, she was very cringeworthy. She was very She was very like she wasn't good. But I heard lately her promos have gotten good and
Yeah,
she's been performing a lot better.
she's doing good. She's been doing well. They've been pairing her up with the good people to work with, especially the Statlander thing was pretty good, and they're letting her do her thing. So I ain't mad at it.
Good.
So for this one, I don't think we have any complaints. It should be Toni Storm.
No, she's phenomenal.
All right. So next up, we have Tag Team of the Year, and this award goes to none other than the greatest tag team of all time, the Young Bucks. The honorable mentions were Finn Balor and J.D. McDonough, Braxium, which is the Nathan Frazier and Axiom, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, the Motor City Machine Guns, and then Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, because why would they not get a vote? And I think this kind of goes back to what we said in the other article. Tag teams have been really slow this past year.
Yeah, tag teams have not been good.
Because, yeah, like, again, I know I'm not being biased here. I think the Bucks did have a good, better year just because they did different than what they normally do. They kind of embraced this EVP persona that was thrust upon them by a cancerous wrestler who no longer is there, thankfully. But they won the belt. They won the tag team titles. They essentially retired Sting because he was their last match with Darby Allin. Then they had good matches with FTR. They beat Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, and then they finally, to end the year, after 4 years, they put over Private Party to have them win the AEW Tag Team Championships.
Private Party. We'll watch them on the first episode.
Yep.
Dynamite. They finally won the titles.
Yeah, well, I remember they beat them to advance. I remember they were in the first round against the Young Bucks, and Private Party beat them to advance to the next round.
That's because the Bucks couldn't win the titles in the first year of AEW's existence, or else it would have been coercion.
Well, it would have looked bad. Everyone would have been talking, oh, look, the EVP's giving themselves the titles. So I'm good with the Bucks here. I know that you were saying maybe Judgment Day. What were you thinking?
I was thinking tag teams are so bad.
They were really bad this past year.
No, I mean I'll go with the Bucks. I don't mind. But what I was laughing at was I know you saw it. We posted it. Was the article about them having such a bad year, the previous year, whatever, because it was fake.
Well, they were saying that they
it's our EVP personas, so we've been writing that along.
Working, not working less, but doing less in the ring.
Yeah,
they haven't been having all these high spots and just working very, very slow.
Barely doing anything they used to do because it's part of their, EVP character. Which if that's true, and they're not just trying to cover their asses, which is fine. If that's true, that's genius. It really is.
We'll see. I know that. Well, they're also fighting tonight at the New Japan fight. All right, next up we have Faction of the Year, and I think here they might have gotten it right. We talked about it. It is the Judgment Day.
Yep.
And their honorable mentions were the Bloodline, the Don Callis family, Damage Control, the Elite, and the System, which I don't know what that is. But I think Judgment Day. We talked about it in the last article. And this article states it here, so many storylines went through the Judgment Day because Rhea started off in the Judgment Day at the beginning of the year. And again, she was champion. Liv's now in there. She's champion. Priest was champion. You got the tag team titles. Dominic Mysterio, top heel in all of wrestling right now. So I think this was fine.
And Carlito. Great comedian.
Carlito. We also had R-Truth at one point.
Yep. Carlito has some of the best one-liners. He pops up with these super little comments wow, that was pretty funny. And R-Truth, R-Truth. Oh boy, that guy. How great would it be if he won the Royal Rumble?
R-Truth?
Yeah. Imagine him running around with that briefcase for a year. I think he'd be hysterical.
I think so. I
He
think
never-
he'd be trying to cash it in for like something stupid.
Yeah, and for nothing.
Yeah.
T-shirts or we cash in for anything.
Like,
That'd
no,
be
this
great.
isn't good for this. Or she's like, but I'm trying to get, or he's trying to get like one of the from like the shops in the arena, like the merch stands, trying to get like one of the belts. Like, here, I'm trying to cash this in for that belt right there.
And he kicks over the guy and pins him. It'd be great.
That would be hilarious. And R-Truth could pull that off too.
He could.
All right, so next up we have storyline of the year, and that is Cody Rhodes finishes his story at WrestleMania 40. The other
Fine.
honorable mentions were the Bloodline Splinter into the Tribal Chief War, Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley Love Triangle, Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, Mariah May backstabbing Toni Storm, Bayley exits Damage Control, and JBL keeps helping Nick Nemeth, which is Dolph Ziggler, which
Dolph
I did
Ziggler.
not know JBL was showing up on TNA.
He was showing up every now and then just to help Dolph. Makes no sense.
I honestly, after looking at who the honorable mentions were, I'm obviously between the CM Punk, McIntyre, mainly just because of McIntyre, but I can easily put Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley. We talked about it.
I was talking about the jump to but you know what?
Like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And now
The number one entry has been brought to you by Doritos Cool Ranch. It's like, what? Put the
it's just
fucking guy in the
whole
ring.
thing. We missed Joe Hendry's entire entrance. He's already in the ring, got eliminated.
Drew and CM Punk. That was a good match. It was a good match. Punk hit him with the fucking toolbox and split him open for real, which was great.
Right.
I knew right away. I was like, dude, that's not fake.
Yeah, no.
That is real blood, real stuff. So,
But yeah, for what is it, the storyline of the year, I could easily see it being the love triangle.
yeah, I like that too.
Even though I know why Cody finishing the story is up there, but I could argue for this being over Cody.
True that.
Right, and then promo of the year, we have Drew McIntyre, CM Punk torch each other on Raw of March 25th, 2024.
I'll take it.
Yep, I'll give you that too. What else? Then pay-per-view of the year, WrestleMania 40. Pretty much the same honorable mentions from the last one, which was AEW Revolution, All In, Wrestle Dream, SummerSlam, Bad Blood. Bad Blood was okay, and NXT Heatwave. Match of the year, we also have same one as the last time, which was Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. Their honorable mentions were Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk Hell in a Cell, which Alex brought up. We also have Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland at All In, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale in a street fight, Bayley versus Io Sky at WrestleMania 40, and the Young Bucks versus Sting and Darby Allin at Revolution. I know we talked about, I think Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson were really good. See the perfect time when Drew starts bleeding out while on his knees, leading to Punk. To me,
when he hit him with that box, the first thing I turned to my kid and I was like, you can't fake that, dude. That's gotta hurt. And then when he picked his head up and the fucking blood was gushing, I said, that is real. Like, that is a bad injury right there.
Yeah.
You could just see the slit open in his head. I was like, that ain't no razor blade.
No.
That's an axe.
That's bleeding the hard way.
Yeah. That was rough.
So I can definitely see, I can understand the argument for that one being the match of the year. My vote would still go for Ospreay and Danielson.
Yeah, no one's gonna beat that.
Yeah. All right, and manager of the year, we got Paul Heyman. At least they're getting it right at the end of the year. Manager of the year, we have Paul Heyman. Honorable mentions: Don Callis, Prince Nana, Robert Stone, and Stokely Hathaway. I don't think we have any debates on this one, do we, Timmy?
Nope, not even close. Not even close.
So now, see, you know what? The New York Post is doing what you do, and they're not bunching up Breakout of the Year or like the Superstar of the Year into like male and female. They got their own. So they have the male Breakout Wrestler of the Year is Braun Breaker. The honorable mentions are Jacob Fatu, Jack Perry, Joe Hendry, Javon Evans, Konosuke Takeshita, and Oba Femi. Now
You know,
seeing this list,
Jack Perry deserves some acknowledgement.
oh, he absolutely does.
He definitely deserves. Again, some of these guys, I mean, you turn them heel, it works on them. And the fact that it happened, that all that shit with Punk happened, was a blessing for him.
Yep, it absolutely. They were able to. He or him himself was able to turn that little thing around, become the scapegoat, and he's been rolling with it.
Hey, look, real glass. That was hysterical when he said that. I thought that was great.
So, I don't know. You tell me. Do you give Braun Breaker this, or is your head going somewhere else? Because after seeing the list, I'm like, okay, I know where my vote would be, and it's not Braun Breaker, unfortunately.
Who was it for you then?
I gotta go with Joe Hendry as breakout superstar of the year or breakout wrestler of the year.
I mean,
he hasn't won any titles, but the noise he's made is big enough where people are excited for a possibility of him being in the Royal Rumble.
I agree, but I don't know if I can give it to I don't want to say a minor leaguer.
Ooh.
I don't want to call him a minor leaguer.
Don't let Bert hear you call TNA a minor leaguer.
But TNA is not a, I mean, I would say if not Braun, I would go with probably Jacob Fatu. I don't know. I mean, Joe Henry's the most anticipated wrestler of the year. Now that I'll give him. I don't know if I can give it to him breakout star. I don't know if I can give him breakout. Even now, I forgot about Jack Perry. I love Jack Perry's name up there too.
I do too. I think the only thing holding me back from fully going in on Joe Hendry to win this award would be the fact that TNA has yet to pull the trigger on him being their world heavyweight champion.
And maybe they can't. Maybe they know. Maybe they know he's leaving. Maybe they know.
But why not just entice him? Like, hey, look, we're gonna make you the face of TNA if you stay. You can be the next Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe of this era.
Listen, I don't believe in conspiracies. I don't believe in a lot of shit. But I think WWE's already got that dude locked up.
Oh, I think
I didn't make a deal with him saying, "Listen, he's ours. We'll give you our guys every now and then show up at your shows, and we'll bring your guys in for free promotion. But he's ours. So don't get him hurt. Don't get him too involved in things like that. And we're taking him when we're ready. So I don't even think they had to make him a champion or anything yet.
It could be. Look, Alex in the chat said Jacob Fatu is a star. He's made it pretty far this year. Yeah, agreed. Jacob's also had a great year.
I really like that Jack Perry though. I completely forgot about him. It would be Braun, Jacob, and Jack Perry would be my top three guys.
Yeah. All right.
But Joe Henry, most anticipated. I can't wait to hear that music hit. I cannot wait to hear that music hit.
He could win this in 2025 because if he goes into the Rumble, I mean, I don't know how much longer his contract is in TNA, but if it's still the entire year, they're able to put the championship on and build him up to be a star. Mm-hmm. He can also make different appearances here and there in WWE if he wants, and he can definitely get this breakout star of the year.
Absolutely.
All right. So for the female breakouts wrestler of the year, we have Mariah May. The honorable mentions are Harley Cameron, Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, Stephanie Vaquer. I'm okay with Mariah on this one.
I'm okay with Mariah, but no Tiffany Stratton? Come on. And not one. Those are all not non-WWE chicks, right?
Only one of them is AEW. All the other ones are NXT.
Oh, okay. Well, still WWE, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Mariah winning this one. I'll give it to her.
It's fine. But it's Tiffy time, people.
Tiffy time's coming.
It's Tiffy time now, so we better get used to it.
So best return debut of the year, we have The Rock returns at day one. Honorable mentions was the Wyatt Six debuting, Mercedes Moné's debut, Jacob Fatu's debut, Roman Reigns' return at SummerSlam, and Nigel McGuinness' return to All In.
I'm still going with The Rock.
Yeah, I had to go with The Rock on this one.
The entrance, the fucking Versace Evil Rock shirt, the lightning bolts, all that stuff is fantastic.
And then we got best OMG moment. It's Liv Morgan kisses Dominic Mysterio at SummerSlam. So this is when he went double heel.
That's when he became my hero.
And the honorable mentions for this one was New Day breaks up at the anniversary celebration. Mariah May turns on Toni Storm. Hangman burns Swerve Strickland's house. Ethan Page wins the NXT Championship. The Rock whips Cody Rhodes outside his bus. Sting's sons get involved in his retirement match, dressed as classic Stings. I'm okay with this Dominic turning double heel.
I'm fine with that too.
And that was the New York Post best wrestlers of the year, or best of their awards of the year.
Dom should be heel of the year.
Didn't you say earlier he shouldn't have been number? Oh no, you said he shouldn't have been number one under 30.
Yeah, I said, but I had valid reasons for that.
No, you did. I agree with you there.
Because he hasn't. Right now, he's just a character.
Yeah, his match still hasn't reached the character level.
He hasn't proven his wrestling yet. Well, I mean, when he does, he'll shoot up that list. But he hasn't had that moment. The moment he hasn't had the moment yet.
So wrapping up, we have our final list here. We're going to run this by this quick because we're almost.
Even though kissing Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan on the same night is a pretty good fucking moment, but it's not a wrestling moment.
No, you're right. So ESPN has their Women's Wrestler of the Year as a tie. It gave it to Roxanne Perez from NXT and Toni Storm. Yeah, I would not Roxanne Perez tying Toni Storm. Their Men's Wrestler of the Year goes on point with what you said. They picked Gunther. Tag Team of the Year, they also picked Fraxium, which is Nathan Frazier and Axiom from NXT. Again, would not be picking those guys. Debut Wrestler of the Year, they have Jacob Fatu as the winner there. Their Breakthrough Wrestler of the Year is Swerve Strickland, which I can see the argument for him just because he went from he got in NXT, he was okay. Then he was in that little group in SmackDown for 2 weeks and then got let go.
Yeah.
And then he made himself a household name, I would say, this past year.
He did.
Best promo artist of the year is Drew McIntyre. This is where my pick definitely would have gone. Just what we said before. He himself carried that feud with Punk for all those months he was off. Match of the year, we have Will Ospreay versus Daniel Bryan. Best pay-per-view / PLE, because that's a thing now. WrestleMania 40. Best feud / storyline of the year, we have CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And that is all they have. Funny enough, the next story they have is WWE star Becky Lynch to join Star Trek Starfleet Academy cast.
Okay.
I did not even know that there was another Star Trek show coming up.
There's a bunch of cartoon shows coming out.
That's funny. So, sir, what do you think? Some of those lists, I feel like
they're pretty. Most of them are good. I agree with most of them.
Yeah.
Some I don't, but
everyone has their opinions. I feel like the lists that we've got in the last couple months have been a lot better than what we received earlier, in the middle.
Oh, some are shit.
Some of those lists were what are these guys thinking here?
I said, you can't have your top 50 wrestlers and you can't mix the men and the women. You can't do it. You can't do it. I'm sorry.
It's tough. Especially now that we have a lot more. We have I understand maybe back in the day, maybe you just go back a decade ago. I understand doing it then because there was a handful of women wrestlers.
But put it this way: greatest female wrestler right now. I'm talking about wrestling. Forget about promos. Forget about character. Who's the best female wrestler right now, in your opinion? So you say Rhea.
Rhea.
Can Rhea beat the worst man wrestler right now? No. Sorry, but no, she can't.
She can't beat Dominic?
No, I don't know. She can't beat Dominic. I'm just saying. And again, that's not a sexist thing. It's just a fact.
What about China?
No, even China was a big dumb wrestler. She's not doing anything. She's strong. She was strong, but she wasn't technically sound. Dom could run fucking circles around the both of them. I'm just saying you can't tell me Liv Morgan, who I love, is better on a list than AJ Styles because she had a better year than him. That's just a completely fucking farce. So you got women's list, men's list, and then you can start making sense out of things. It's like Charlotte Flair is better than, how many of these wrestlers that she was better than. You're like, dude, come on.
You're right, because they're not facing the same competition.
Yeah, exactly. Charlotte Flair's not wrestling fucking, all these men on a weekly basis. She's not facing Braun Breaker and all these people who would kill her.
Yeah, imagine her taking a spear from Braun.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be two separate lists. You can't mix the men and the women. It makes no sense.
It's easier now to do that than it was a couple of years. Well, again, like I said, a couple of years ago, because there wasn't that many great women's wrestlers. You're like, okay, I can add. Like you're only looking really at like 4, maybe, right? Because you were thinking if we're not counting anyone from like before the Divas, you're thinking what? Trish, Lita, China. I wouldn't count Sable because Sable wasn't like a good wrestler.
Sable was not good at wrestling. She was there for the booty and the biggins. That's why she was there.
Maybe you could have those 3, and then you would like jumble them in.
If you did a top 25 list of all time, 24 of them would be from like now, maybe like who like recent. I'm not 24. Top 25, I'd say at least 20 are going to be in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget the whole era with the bra and panty stuff. Those wrestlers, Candice Michelle was not a good wrestler.
Hey.
She wasn't a good wrestler.
Hey, we're not going to badmouth Candice Michelle on the show. I would not allow that.
I'm just saying she wasn't a good. She was nice to watch. She was a nice character, but not a good wrestler.
Her and John Cena won a tag team match against, I would think it was Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton or something like that.
Who's the one the chick that did the splits?
Melina.
Phenomenal entrance. Phenomenal entrance. One of the best entrances ever. Not a good wrestler. So that's what I'm saying. If you made that list, it's a lot different now. I mean, from back in the day, are we going to put Moolah on the list? I only saw Moolah as a 90-year-old. I never see her anything else. So for me, wrestling started with Wendy Richter at WrestleMania 1, and she wasn't great. Medusa was not great. Hall of Fame my ass. She wasn't good. The first real good women's wrestler had to be Chyna. And even she wasn't that great. She was a brute.
You don't think Medusa was a good wrestler?
She was all right. But again, prove it. Who was she fighting back then?
No, you're not wrong. I think maybe we put Chyna there because Chyna was so big that she was able to manhandle like.
Oh yeah, well
she was able to work like with these girls and be able to do like when Shawn and Taker put on a match. Like Shawn is so light that he's able to Taker's able to move him, and Shawn's a great worker. You can have a match with a broomstick and we're gonna watch it. But Chyna's able to lift these girls up and it seems seamless. Where if I don't know. Imagine Liv Morgan trying to lift up like Chyna. She's going to probably fall on her back.
Yeah. No, she made you believe that she could beat men. But I hate to tell you, she couldn't beat any of the real men back then. She ain't beating Jeff Jarrett, even though she did beat Jeff Jarrett. She's not beating him in real life.
And Jericho.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, not trying to be sexist. I just speak the truth.
No, I get it.
It's no different than a UFC fight.
Or like WNBA and NBA. You can't expect me to believe that the worst NBA team is not going to destroy the best WNBA team.
The 5 worst NBA players will go fucking 75-2 in the WNBA and win the title, no problem. Except for my girl Caitlin.
Hey,
that's my girl. That's my girl right there. I love her.
Caitlin is the GOAT. I'm so happy she won Time Sports Person of the Year.
Yeah, she's good. I hope it pissed her. By the way, my new favorite meme also is what's her name? Who's her rival?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, and people are buying Angel Reese's cereal, and they go to pour it in a bowl and they miss
I've seen that where they try to put in like the
shopping cart and they miss. I was dying laughing. I couldn't fucking stop laughing. That's one of the greatest things I ever saw.
Timmy, I don't know. Do you have anything else?
No, man, we covered a lot of good shit here. I'm glad we did. I'm glad we came on a Saturday and did it. We knocked it out. We talked about a lot of good stuff. We should try to do another one next week sometime.
Yeah.
I don't know what days you got off.
Next week, I'm actually off both Saturday and Sunday for the first time in a long time.
And next Saturday, I could squeeze something in Saturday. We could do a nice reaction to Netflix, Raw on Netflix, 3 hours of insanity. And I don't want them to curse just to curse too.
Yeah, it needs to be like.
I don't say Seth fucking Rollins just to say it. You don't have to. Freaking is fine. I just think freaking is more of a funny word than fucking anyway.
Yeah.
Like if my kid is a 5-year-old said fucking, I'd beat him in the ass. But if he said freaking, I would think it's hilarious. So I'd rather hear freaking Rollins anyway. Don't curse just to curse. That's never fun. But I would like to see some blood. Show me some blood this week, guys. Some uncensored blood.
We should get some in the tribal combat. So
I hope so. Some blood and some good old, language. But again, it can't feel forced. It feels forced. It just sucks. By the way, I hope this leads to the network WWE leaving Peacock, because Peacock is the worst.
Peacock does.
No, but I don't know if anyone else has noticed this. They put little pauses in everything. It's like, why do you do that?
The commercial
like,
stuff?
I was like, well, that's where a commercial should have went. No, I'm watching Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows the other day, and it has little pauses. And I'm like, why are you fucking pausing in the movie? Stop doing these little pauses. You're ruining the goddamn movie. And it does it during wrestling. It does it during everything. I'm like, why are these little pauses there? And they add them because they're not there. I know they're not there originally.
No.
So Peacock got to go. They got to go.
I'm with you on that one.
So, all right, Dave, what about you? Any final responses before we get the hell out of here?
That is good. I'm excited for Monday. Excited for the new year. And as always, I love you, Timmy.
I love you, Dave. I love you, Farachi, wherever you are. And Eric, get home safe, brother.
Yes.
Get home safe. Come back to us. We'll have an epic return if you do. We'll have the party of epic proportions if you get back from where, I don't know where he is now. He could be in Berlin for all we know. Shopping with fucking Ludwig Kaiser.
Trying to get a piece of that wall to come back with him.
Doing something. Whatever. We'll get back soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Judge Too Sweet Show. We will see you, hopefully, next week. Later. Cool.
All right, Timmy, good show.
2 hours. Are we still going? Why are we still going? Doesn't it automatically end?
Wait. No, I don't know. We're still says we're live.
We're still going. We fooled you, you sons of bitches. Bye. Oh God, we're still going. It won't end.
It won't let us go.
It won't let us go. Play. Oh, that's what we got to do. My bad. See, the new settings, you have to play the outro, then it ends the stream with this little booty right here. So let's try this one more time.
Real.
Now, for real, we're just testing you to see if you're watching the end of the show all the way. That was just a test. This is the end of the show. Fuck off.